The Taliban in Afghanistan is under significant international pressure to deny safe haven for transnational terrorist groups, but its position towards handling of these outfits remains unclear. Emboldened by the Taliban's success, many dreaded terrorist groups like Al-Qaeda and Haqqani Network are likely to re-establish their presence in Afghanistan. US intelligence community now believes that terrorist groups like Islamic State Khorasan and Al-Qaeda in Afghanistan could launch attacks in the West too. Take a look.
With the Taliban having taken control of Afghanistan, the future of the terrorism landscape of the country depends on its anti-terrorism policies. The Islamist group leadership publicly insists that they will not allow Afghan territory to be used as a safe haven for terrorists plotting against other countries. But they do not clarify why they were not able to uphold such a commitment before 9/11. The group also offers little clarity on their current relationships with various jihadi groups. The Taliban have made no public demonstration that they have acted on commitments to prevent their membership from interacting with Al-Qaeda figures. Meanwhile, a senior Pentagon official raised concern that the Islamic State and Al-Qaeda could have the ability to attack the United States in near future.
I think the intelligence community currently assesses that both ISIS-K and Al-Qaeda have the intent to conduct external operations, including against the United States, but neither currently has the capability to do so. We could see ISIS-K generate that capability in somewhere between 6 or 12 months. I think the current assessments by the intelligence community is that Al-Qaeda would take a year or two to reconstitute that capability.
The withdrawal of US-led NATO troops and the Taliban's takeover of Kabul are iconic milestones for Islamist outfits. The recent developments in Afghanistan have bolstered their morale and strength substantially. Additionally, factors like inter-militant competition and Pakistani state policies are likely to further aggravate the threat. In such circumstances, US intelligence agencies are again noticing activities of the terrorist group once led by Osama bin Laden.
It's very curious that the Americans have come up with this assessment because it was the same assessment for the last 20 years. If you can't crack down on the fountainhead of terror, which is Pakistan, then you knew there was no chance of, eliminating terror in Afghanistan. And the moment the Americans get out, it was going to become another, a kind of Switzerland of terror where anybody can come and set up a terror camp and get, benefits and things like that for it. So, it's only a matter of time before you see another major international attack come out of Afghanistan. And for me, what is particularly remarkable is that the Americans are coming out with this when it was the same reason for the last 21 years now.
US officials are working on ways to continue intelligence work without a troop presence or an embassy in the country. Lawmakers, counter-terrorism experts, and former intelligence officials have expressed concern over how reliable so-called over-the-horizon capabilities can be without networks of informants to guide them. To effectively reposture, the United States and its allies are expected to use diplomacy and economic incentives to gain basing rights in the region that will enable intelligence collection. Defense and intelligence community leaders should then allocate resources to address the emerging risk.
America believes it can deal with this challenge purely by drones and human intelligence. But we need to remember how badly corroded that human intelligence was, that it ended up killing many times more civilians than it did terrorists. So if they think they are going to control Al-Qaeda by drones based on flawed human intel, most of whom are in the Pakistani ISI's pockets, it clearly means that they've learned nothing from their 20 years out there. They're still falling into the same, traps of being gullible and even more gullible day by day.
Taliban have never broken ties with Al-Qaeda, despite significant pressure to do so, not because they are slow on the uptake, but because their relationship to the terrorist group offers meaningful benefits. As they navigate a highly complex political environment in Afghanistan and Pakistan, they are not willing to break this partnership. The Islamist group is unlikely to honor its counter-terrorism agreements in the Doha deal.